What's good, YouTube? Introduce yourself.
My name is Romello Wilson.
And what'd you just do?
I just top 32 YCS Dallas.
And what'd you use?
I use SPYRALs.
The deck of the day.
Yes,
Let's go ahead and get into it.
So, 3 quick fix. Best card in the deck, not once per turn. Super busted. 3 drone. This card's really busted too. He has a lot of utility in the deck. Add back agents, to stack the deck and make the deck even more bricky in a mirror match. He's just really good. 2 last resort. This card's super busted. It outs set rotation. It can help with soul charge plays. If you bricked, you can equip it with something and then use this effect to send to gray and then soul charge it back and then go helix and then go off. And then you can obviously attack directly with him. So he's really busted. Then 2 agents for consistency. You don't really need this card to go off because it's a brick, first of all, if you open it, and it only combos well with drone. That's it. You don't really need it. 2 is good enough. The most busted card in the deck, and then the other most busted card. Two are like probably my favorite cards in the deck. Help play around cherries too. This card helps play around cherries. Not cherries, droll, sorry. One Destru though. This card was really 50-50 today. Half of the light points in the mirror is really relevant. And sometimes it just wasn't working. And blocking up your extra monster zone comes up a lot too. So it's like, I think I'll cut it, go for it. And then, so for the hand traps, 1 crow because searchable, and then 2 ash, 3 dro. So I chose not to play Maxi because I felt like it wasn't enough because they can still OTK you or make an unbreakable board. Even if you draw a million cards, it's still sometimes hard to, you can't out it, especially if you're not playing border wipes. And also, I chose it for impact because these are really impactful in the mirror. And in any other deck in the meta that's somewhat relevant, Draco Magicians, this hits it and so does this. And Maxi is not good against none of those. And I was expecting a lot of Dracos and Magicians for some weird reason, which is not true. It's a ton of mirrors. And these are really good in the mirrors too. So.
And Trap City.
Yes, sir. And that's it for the monsters. Then 1 for 1, super busted, foolish. It had its utility. This card should be banned. Play the 1 big red. This card, I wish I played 2. It came up a lot actually, especially when both opponents break. This card comes up a lot. So because you already used 1, and you're gonna need another one with quick fix because y'all both breaking. Y'all both try to top deck something.
Yeah, it's really good for grind games.
Yeah, it's really good for grind games. Then 1 Regeki. This card, a lot of people chose not to play board wipes, which I think is kind of crazy because it restarts the game still, and it helps get you back in the game. So you have to play 1 Regeki. And
I'm sure it helped all the rogue matchups.
Yeah, definitely. I played a few of those too, early rounds. Then your extenders basically, this card's busted. And then this card is actually really, really good too. So I think as a SPYRAL player, you have to play it. You need multiple ways to combo off, and this helps.
Yeah, do you feel like it's better for mirror matches?
Yeah, definitely. Because they're maining a million hand traps. And this can help against Dro, because this is definitely one of the things that help play around Dro. Because you summon quick fix and you search drone or whatever, let's say you do that, and then you double summon, and they draw you double summon drone, stack their deck, make it a brick, go helix, and then helix bring out master plan, and then end phase. And they have to break that board, and you're guaranteed at least 2 searches off the master plan. And guaranteed 2 searches off the master plan. You get resort and something else. So that board is actually really close to almost unbreakable for certain hands. So yeah, so that's why double summon is really needed.
Nice.
So we chose the set rotation package. This card is really good. It helps play around evenly match, obviously. It helps play around their field spell too. Because if you open the nuts and you don't even need to use this, you can just save it and set it. And then when they go resort, you flip this and then they're stuck out their zone and they have to redo their whole play. And SPYRALs is really like, you have to think about your plays in advance. So
you weren't scared of the rogue Zephyr players?
Nah, we never worried about that.
Especially with Dengwon gone, geez.
Yeah, definitely. RIP. The 1 Ravine, it was alright. Never want to draw it. It was really subpar. Like, I don't know about this and Destru. Yeah, until you get Cold Talker, then it's really busted. But until then,
it feels kind of win more.
Yeah, definitely. 2 terraforming, so he's playing 3 set rotation. You don't want to dead draw this later on, which is really likely to happen, and because you're already having multiple ways to get to resort with master plan and the set rotation. So 2, and then 3 the busted card. And then 1 trap, 1 cable. You only need 1 to combo off. And if you're really good with the deck, you can just save it engrave for agent. So if they activate a field spell, you can just chain this and then bring out your agent and pop their field spell, which I did a few times, which leaves them stuck too. So yeah, that's really good. So 41 main. Would you like side or extra?
Whichever you prefer.
Okay. Let's go to extra. So the extra is kind of weird. I didn't play Borlo, which I really regret. So
yeah, a lot of people were pointing that out.
Yes, yes. 2 Helix. 1 Firewall. You only need 1. You never really want to make 2. It's not necessary ever, in my personal opinion. 1 Decode. This card's super busted, bro. I'm telling you, this card's busted. The fact that it protects any card they target on the field is really busted. Like, it protects your back row, protects your resort. And this is like, can sometimes be an out to sleeper.
Yeah, protecting resort, which protects everything else.
Yes, it's really busted. The 1 Ib, and the 1 Proxy, that's it. For the links, wish I played Borlo. It never came up, but I seen the nutty plays it can do. I was like, oh man, I should have played that. 1 Babushka never even got a chance to make it. It's too many hand traps. It's not even necessary, to be honest. Tornado too. So Tornado's really good against Magicians. That's usually it. And then Dweller comes up against Draco. Kind of comes up in the mirror, but not really. Just depending on your hand, you can make it, but never really. None of these even came up in the mirror. Princess, obviously for level rank 1s, and Search DD Crow. He's really busted too, because he can steal games. The fact that he does damage to both players. And the fact that he can boost, like your Helix to 25 is really relevant too. And the 1 Ghost Trick, just in case it ever came up. It never came up today.
I just want to point out, you said he. That's something that Billy always does too. Yeah. He just calls every card he.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. My bad, I ain't trying to be sexist.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Billy does that too. He just calls every card he.
Right, right.
Yeah, this guy. And they're like, it's not a guy. No, I'm just talking about the card. This guy.
Right, right. Ancient Fairy, just for the Destrudo. Then this card's super busted. Oh my lord! If they don't have a strike, this card just blows the opponent away, because you just do this, you drop this, and then you combo off and then go for game, which comes up a lot. Especially against Paleo, which I didn't play today, which I was expecting to. But there was some that made day 2, and I was kind of nervous about that, because a bunch of traps can hurt you a lot. So, then the 1 Tech, the 1 Bills. This card came up one time where I needed to make it to beat over a sleeper, and that was it. And it almost won me the game. So it came up once. I was really nervous about Draco, because I was hearing that a lot of people are playing it and their main and evenly matched. So I just wanted to wait something to stop them from just beating you, beating them. And you need a consistent masterpiece out, which is kind of hard for the deck. So sometimes. And then side deck, 3 Sapphions cards irrelevant because I didn't see Paleo. And then the 6 hand traps, 3 Ogre, 2 Reaper, 1 the 3rd Ash. So obviously the 3rd Ash, I side that in. Going 1st or 2nd. I just wanted maximum potential of like doing the combo. That's why I didn't main like a million hand traps, because the deck is already really breaky enough. So that's that. And then 2 Reapers. I really don't like this card, because you can still combo off and you just went minus. And then if they have a follow-up, you're just gonna lose after that, unless you have like another hand trap. So that's why I feel like he wasn't as good. And then Ogre, this card is really busted, because you either hit the resort, you hit the drone, and if they don't have a big red, that just ends their turn right there. Or you hit the Helix, and then they have to add the card they wanted to the hand. So he's really busted. I think about maining him going for it. And then 2 system downs, just for ABC. Kind of nervous about it, but it's whatever. The 1 warning, the 1 order, and then the 2 strikes.
The guys that tell you no.
Yes, sir, basically. But these, I didn't side these in at all this weekend. I only sided in this at one time against a Draco player, and then that's it. Because I think hand traps are better than these, because I've seen some people sign in the Twisters. I was kind of scared of that. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that, actually, for some weird reason, and that's why I stopped signing them. I just kept signing in hand traps going 1st or 2nd. So they were really impactful, so yeah.
All right, any shout-outs, man?
I got a few. So first off, shout out to my girlfriend Bridget for always supporting me, and she had my back a lot during this, because I started X2 early. At like round 6 I was X2, and I don't know, I needed some positivity, and she helped me a lot with that, so thank you. And then shout out to Joe and Tristan, my main mans from Minnesota. We test together, we talk about stuff together, and they're my guys for real. Shout out to them. And then shout out to Jose, another person part of that group. He's really smart. He helped with the deck a lot. thank you to him. And then shout out to Dreamers, the squad back in Minnesota, for making Yu-Gi-Oh fun, which is what I think it's supposed to be. And shout out to Travis, Brian, Joey, and Connor. They for giving me a place to stay. I came down here, I had nowhere to stay. I didn't book a hotel because it was really expensive. So I was like, oh no. So I just was relying on somebody that was coming from Minnesota too. So shout out to them. And then shout out to my boy John. He drew this. And he got it signed by all these people. He wanted me to get it signed for everybody from him. And he drew this, so shout out to him, man.
That's broken My Hero Academia.
Yes, sir. He's a really cool kid, man. Shout out to him. And yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.